Okay, yesterday we saw class object in the lang package. Today we'll go into class string. So this is also one more built-in class in java.lang package. Built-in class means provided by some people, means it's in the library. So see, yesterday I covered the class object. It's a very bit complicated class. Understood? So for you to make it clear, yesterday I covered I think 5 or 6 methods, 5 methods. I showed you overriding 4 methods, which are get class, finalize, toString, hash code and equals. Okay, and even which one more was get class. So 4 methods I showed overriding, 1 method you can't override because it's final. Other methods are pending, we'll learn it later because they are related to multi-threading and one more is related to cloning. So right now you will not understand the practical implementation of it. It's one of the toughest class to understand. Okay, but as we progress today, now you will start understanding what is class object. Now today you'll start understanding what is class object. Understood? So anyway, yesterday when we concluded, what is that we understood? Get class returns you the name of the class. Get class returns you the name of the class. Then one more thing what we saw is you override equals method generally. Why? To check the equality of two objects. That we saw. Those were very clear. Finalize you know. Only pending topics are which one? Hash code and toString. toString why you override? To represent the state of the object. To display the state of the object. Understood? And finally hash code you override if you want to use your own algorithm for hash code generation. Understood? So that we'll see later. I think only one which would have not been little clear to you is hash code, but as we progress we'll understand that. So anyway, the same topics we'll revisit now because string is also a subclass of which one? Class object. Those topics will keep on coming and you'll understand all the topic very clearly now. So we are going to class string now. Okay, so you don't have to worry too much about the yesterday's class. Things will become very clear. Okay, so let's see now. So string class is also a subclass of class object. Remember that. String is also one more class. And for your information, it's a final class, means it will also contain what now? Members. And remember, it is a final class. Final class means you cannot modify this. That's how they have designed it. Okay. So why did they make this class as final? They don't want anybody to modify this particular class. That's why they made it as final now. Okay. Now, why do we use this class? Simple. Okay. If you want to work with group of characters or sequence of characters or set of characters, we use this particular class. Understood? If you want to work with group of characters or set of characters or sequence of characters, we use this class. Generally, see in other languages, if you want to work with group of characters or set of characters, you take in C language only. You prepare an array like this. You prepare an array of what? Character. Then you fill the values. Then you work with that. Yes or no? If you want to work with what? Group of characters. So you prepare an array of char. See this. Like this you will do. Char C. And you will initialize and then you will use it. Leave that. Okay. But working with a group of characters in other languages is very, very difficult. Why? Means once C is ready, supposedly I initialize it with hello. H-E-L in single quote. Like this. Somewhat you will do. Somehow you will initialize it. Leave. But once it is ready, what you do is, okay, you have to work with that becomes very difficult. Why? Now you have got two arrays like this. You want to check the equality of the two arrays. You want to compare which array is greater than which one. So some things which are very common now. Okay, like checking whether they are equal or not, whether two arrays. This is C1 array, this is C2 array. Now I want to check whether they are equal or not. Now I want to check which one is greater than which one. Then I want to find out the index of a particular character. Like this, many common logics will be there. Then I want a substring. For all this, what do? You have to go on writing logics. For C1 array also you have to write the logic. For C2 array also you have to write the logic. Means we end up writing the same logic again and again for every array, almost all. So it becomes very difficult. It means working with arrays in other languages becomes very difficult. So Java has made it very easy to work with what? Group of characters. Okay, this is a difficulty in other languages. Let's see what option is Java giving for us to work with group of characters. So to work with group of characters, in fact Java provides 3 built-in classes, not one, 3 built-in classes to work with what? Group of characters. But we call it as strings. Here group of characters is called as what? String. Okay, not capital S, small s you can write. String means what? Group or set of characters. Which are the three classes? First one becomes class string. So class string is used to work with what? Group of characters. We'll come back to this. Then next, you got one more class called as class string buffer. Then you got one more class called as string builder. So all these classes are present here in the lang package only. So you're exploring the library, string builder. Okay, see, this is immutable, we say. It is fixed in length and immutable. This is string is fixed in length, means you cannot modify a string. Fixed in length and immutable. And immutable, we said, means you cannot change the value. These two are not fixed in length. These two are not fixed in length and they are mutable. Both are mutable, you can change it. So this forms one of the most important interview question in Java for you. Difference between string, string buffer and string builder. Today we'll be going with string class, then later on we'll see string buffer and string builder. All are present where? In the lang package. All are present in the lang package, clear? And you can use them directly. Okay, so in this string buffer is synchronized. In this string buffer, one more difference is there. String buffer is synchronized. We'll see what is the meaning of all this later. This one is asynchronized. Synchronized. Means asynchronized means opposite of synchronized. Understood? Synchronized and asynchronized. Okay, anyway, don't worry about string buffer and string builder. Let's go with string class now. Okay, let's go with string class now. Okay, let's go with string class. So we'll start seeing how the string class works now. So see, to work with group of characters, you've got three classes. Understand this clearly. String, string buffer and string builder. Java is providing you such rich support to work with group of characters. Understood now? Means that comes from the library. You don't have to worry too much in Java. You have got everything built in the library itself. If you want to work with group of characters, anything like that, it's there in the library. So I'll take the first one, class string now. We'll take the first one, class string, and here what happens, let's see. So for this also there's a document. All these documents you can collect it, no problem. See, class string. String, now see some points, just note it down, and to make you understand these points again I have to give you what? Examples only. So these are the points what you have to discuss today. Okay, means string is a final class. Yes or no? Means you cannot extend the class and modify it. It's a final class. In lang package which represents what? A group of characters. String is a class like that. Now string is, so we have to understand this point now. I told you string is fixed in length and immutable. What is the meaning of it? We'll see what is the meaning of it. So the meaning of that can be understood only by an example itself. We'll see an example for that. But generally why we say string is fixed in length and immutable means we can never modify the contents of a string. We can never modify the contents of string. Whenever we try to change the value of a string, a new string object gets created. That is why we say string is fixed in length and immutable. And strings are generally used when we want to have constants in our program. Okay, strings are generally used when we want to have constants on your program. Means the question is now when will you use string, when will you use string buffer, when will you use string builder. All the three are there. So which class to use when to store our group of characters? That's the question. So after covering all the three, you'll understand which one to use when. But generally string is used for what? When we want to have constants in our program. Okay, then next we can create the string class object in two ways. We'll start off from here, with new operator and without new operator. So we got a brief idea about what is string now. Let's start seeing how to work with the class string now. So let's see how do you work. See, class demo you can write, and you can start off with public static void main. Say this now. If at all you want to work with string, you can work in like this. See, you got the option to work with string like this. String s1 is equal to hello. Okay, one option is you can work with your string in this way. String s1 is equal to, see this, new string of hello. So what am I doing? I'm creating the object of string and providing the reference of that object to s1 variable. So this is one way you can create the string object. Understood? One more way you can create the string object is string s2 is equal to hi. Both are correct. So one option is you can use the new operator and create the string object. Other one is directly you can say what? S3 is equal to or S2 is equal to hi. These are the two ways you can create the string object. Are you clear? This is one option, this is one other option. Now next, see what is the difference we'll understand. If you create the string object with new operator and without new operator, what is the difference we'll understand. But first see, let's see how to work with this. So as soon as I say s1 is equal to new string of hello, one object is created like this, the reference is given to s1. If I say s2 is equal to hi, one more object is created like this and its reference is given to s2. And if you print SOP S1, that is very interesting now. What it will print? Can you guess? It will not print the address. So it will print hello only. Understood? It will print hello only. Why? It has overridden the toString method. Yesterday we were discussing now overriding toString method. So in class 2, which on string, they are overriding what? toString method. Understood? So now you'll clearly understand why they override toString method and all that. Okay, so SOP S2, what it will print? Hi, directly not print the address this time, check it out. So here, see, I am calling the S1, no doubt, but if you call SOP S1, what happens? Implicitly toString will be called. Implicitly. Okay, here also if I print SOP S2, implicitly toString will be called. Yesterday we saw this. Okay, again if I say SOP S1 dot toString, can you guess what is the output? SOP S2 dot toString, what is the output? Same, there is no difference. Here you are calling it explicitly, here it is getting called implicitly. There is no difference. Okay, so whenever you print an object, implicitly the toString method gets executed. Okay, so what has happened is class string is extending which one? I'll write the source code, I'll show you the source code of this for you. Okay, in this they are overriding what? toString method like this. Okay, so I'll just show you, I'll give you the source code what they have done. See this very clearly. See, this is class string. Okay, so here they will be having an array, something like this, char value. This value is an array of type what? Char. So what is this now? This is one constructor. Okay, they will also have one more variable like count. Like this they are having many variables. Count is one variable. They are all instance variables of what? Class string. Now this is one constructor. They will initialize this. Means as soon as you send a value here, something like x, value will be initialized. Value is equal to x will be initialized, means the value of x is given to what? That value variable. Understood? Instance variable. And you know how to initialize instance variable. Now similarly they will initialize what? Count also they will initialize somehow, leave it. But both variables, like that many instance variables will be there. Roughly I am writing the code for you. So now what happens? Okay, this is one method. So there are many methods it will be having. One of the method what it will be having is toString, and here what they do is the return type of toString is what? The return type of toString is what? There are more methods, I'll add it one by one. I'll add. So okay, the return type of toString is what? Yesterday we saw string. So they'll return what? That value. That's it. They're extending and overriding. Means class string is extending what? Object now. So obviously what they are doing? Overriding. So why do you override toString? To represent the state of the object. Yes or no? So they will display the state of the object now. So it will print it. We will see the output of this first, then slowly we will start understanding all these topics now. So string object can be created. This is the only object in Java which can be created with new operator and without new operator. Remember that. This is the only object. For any object in Java, you have to compulsory use what? New keyword. Understood? For this object, we don't have to use new. There are two ways you can create. First we'll see the output of this, then we'll start saying more things. See this, I will open same Eclipse. You know where we are going to work now? Same place. August 2013, Ravi Kumar, same workspace you go. Core Java, where? Lang package. We are working in Lang package now. Continue there only. Okay, you can open the same workspace. And you create a new project today also, because we are working with what? So all the examples related to lang package will be kept here. I already done it. What you do, you say new project string class. Yesterday we studied which one? Object class. Today we are studying what? String class. Tomorrow we'll study one more class. Add it. Tomorrow we'll study. So all the classes related to lang package will be kept in one workspace. So whenever you want, you can identify it. So you know, you can create a package, create it, com.cluster, anything you can create. Now in this package I'll create one class like demo. I'm creating one class like demo, and I'll have the main method there, and I'll say finish. So demo class will be created now. Only one class, just notice this. Now let's see what I'll do, how I work. Just now I told you, no? See this. String s1 is equal to new string of what? HELLO. This is one way you can create the string object. And now see, sys out. I'll just type s1, finished. Program is ready. Okay, now you can see the output. Run as Java application, hello, it prints. It's not printing the address now. If you want to check out, SOP s1 is done. Next, here what is happening? ToString method is called implicitly. Just now I told you now, ToString method will be called implicitly. If you want to call it explicitly also, dot. See here, the list of all the methods of what? String. Okay, I want ToString T. It will shortlist which method I want. ToString. Done, over now. I'll comment this. Now see the output of this one. There it was called implicitly, here it will call explicitly, but the result is same. There's no difference. So actually when you print that object, it will print the state of the object. Like this means they are overriding it. Yesterday I override which one? Hello class now. What was I doing? I was displaying the values contained in the object now. Similarly here they are displaying the value stored in this particular object. That's it. Understood? So that's what they do. Then next. See, I can, this is over now. We'll comment it. If you want, you can comment everything. Okay, then what you do? You can string s2 is equal to hi. Correct now? So what do you do? Again you can say string s2 is equal to hi, SOP, s2 you print. Now see the same result you'll get. There's no difference. Run as Java application, hi, it prints. Okay, if you want, you can also say what? S2 dot ToString also. So we can, these are the two ways you can create the string object. These are the two ways you can create the string object. See, both highs it prints. Correct? Huh? Here ToString is called implicitly. Done? It is invoked implicitly. Done? Here you are calling explicitly. So what exactly is the code they have written? Like this. So if you want to understand what code they have written, see, as soon as I create a string object, the constructor is getting called now. You are sending the value. That value will be provided to the variable x. X is what now? Parameter. The value of the parameter will be stored into what? In the char array. Some value. Okay. Then what happens? The ToString method, they are returning the same value. So when you print it, it will automatically execute that ToString method. Are you clear? So this is the way, means they will write some logic there to return the same value. Clear? So this is how the string object works now. But more things we have to see about the string now. What are the benefits in Java you get, and what is the power of this library you'll start seeing now. Not only that, see here, there are some more methods here. Just I'll show you some simple methods like index of. I'll pass, there is one variable of type int. Okay, I think we'll go with this later. We'll go with this later. So now let's see what is the difference between creating a string object with new operator and without new operator. What's the difference? Okay, so we're going to see the difference first. See here, I'll say string s1 is equal to new string of hello. Then I'll say string s2 is equal to a new string of hello. So we have created two string objects, s1 and s2, with what? New now. So once I created two new string objects, It's a very interesting thing now. You check. See, I want to check whether both the strings are equal or not. I want to check whether both the strings are equal or not. So how do you check now? Equality. How do you check the equality? If S1 comparison operator I use, so that time what will happen? Equal or not equal? Equal. It is not equal. In this case what happens? See, if and else. So in this case what's happening? S1 is an object which is referring to, so there is an object which has got created now. Hello. S1 is referring to this. Address might be 150. There is one more object which has got created, which is having the value of hello. So yesterday I told you, if you check S1 is equal to comparison operator checks the reference value. Yesterday we saw this very clearly. So once it is checking the reference value, obviously what it prints? SOP, they are equal or not equal? They are not equal. Now you see clearly, you will start understanding the equals method, everything what we discussed yesterday, you will start understanding. They are not equal, it will print they are not equal. But I want to check whether they are equal or not. This is the common logic we go on writing. Generally in C language, you will store a group of characters. Okay, then you will try to come check whether they are equal or not. Yes or no? Who writes the logic there? You write no. But here we don't write. Check this out now. Simply what I tell. If S1 dot equals of S2. Now what am I doing? Check this out. S1 dot equals. Equals is a method present where? Class string. Equals is a method present in class string. So I am invoking the method. What is the argument I am passing? S2. So now once it is passed, it will check whether they are equal or not. Once it is equal, what will it return? So here, see, I am blindly calling equals method. The class string is having many other methods. We are not bothered about that. But to check equality, blindly we call the equals method. If they are overriding, fine. Else it will execute from superclass. But they are overriding. That's why it will check the contents. They are overriding, and they are, it is that's why it will be checking the contents. And definitely this condition will give what? SOP. They are equal. It will print they are equal now. This time it will print they are equal. Check this out. Yeah? Okay. Next. This is one story. Now the same, if I had told like this, string S1 is equal to high or S3 is equal to high, string S4 is equal to high. Now you check if S3 is equal to S4. Can you guess what it will print? They are equal. Both will be referring to what? Same object here. So if you use new string objects get created. If you don't use new, first time it will create the new object. Second time onwards what will happen? See, in this condition what happens now? High will be created. This is S3, high. First time it will create a new one. Second time onwards it will not create. What it will do? Directly the same value will be given to what? S4. So here in this case what happens? If you use the comparison operator also it will be true. If you use the equals method also it will be true. But difference is what? Comparison operator is checking the reference. Equals is checking the content. Understood? Huge difference is there. Equals will be checking the content. So here this also will be true, and even which one? S1 dot equals of S2. Here both the conditions means this will also be true. It will print this also equal as well as this also as equal. So that's how they work. So new will always allocate what? New memory. But if you don't use new, first time it will allocate new memory, second time onwards it will refer to the same memory. We will have a clear explanation on this, how it works internally. But slowly we are seeing the difference between what? This is only introduction. Slowly we are trying to see the difference between creating a string object with new operator and without new operator. First we'll see this output, then we'll continue ahead. Are you clear with this? Okay, we'll see the output of this. Shall I clear this? Okay. See in the class string now, what they are doing, just understand this now. This is string class. I have written the source code. I show you the source code also. One more method which they are overriding is which one? Equals. They are overriding this. Yesterday I showed you the logic now. How to override? So they check equality of two strings. They write the logic. Then they check the equality. So now when you create the string object, this object is created. So which are the two methods they are already overriding? Equals also they are overriding. ToString also they are overriding. In fact, hash code method also they are overriding. So string class is overriding three methods of what? Class object. Okay, in fact they are overriding hash code method also. So right now we are covering which one? Hash code method also they are overriding. Right now we are covering equals. Let's see equals first, how it works. Okay, see this programs I already typed and kept it now. Just I'll start showing the output now. Okay, now you can handle Eclipse, no problem. See this, string s1 is equal to new string of hello, correct? String s2 is equal to, you create a new class now. In the same project, what you do? You create in the same project you create a new class. And there you start writing code now. What you know now? What? See s1 is equal to s2, I think this I showed you now, yeah. See s1 is equal to hello. S2 is equal to new string of hello. S3 is equal to hi. S4 is equal to hi. If you print this, you know what it prints. What it will print? Hello it will print. S2 dot toString also it will print what? Hello. Here you are calling implicitly, here it will be called explicitly. Leave this. Now come to this point. If S1 comparison operator of S2, what it will print? False. Understood? If S1 comparison operator of S2 it will print false. But if the same, if I say S3 comparison operator of S4, what it will print? True. It will print you true. Understood? But check out. Okay, S1 dot equals of S2, true. S3 dot equals of S4, true. Both are true. Understood? So here the one condition which is failing is which one? S1 comparison operator of S2. That is false. Let's see the output of this now. See, leave this output now. I'll just comment this. Leave this output now. Yeah. Now see this. If S1 is equal to S2, okay, is that condition getting executed? No. Else condition is getting executed. That's why it prints what? They refer to different objects. Okay. They are referring to different objects. Okay. So now, if S3 is equal to S4, what it is printing now? They refer to same object. It is referring to same object it prints. But unlike that, you can see equals method, both are true. They have the same values. Are you finding it now? So that is how, see if at all, remember, if at all you want to check the equality of two objects, always use equals method. If at all you want to check whether both the objects are referring to the same object, whether both the reference variables are referring to the same object, then use comparison operator. Yesterday we had studied this. Clear? So same topic now. It's repeated, but we are working with built-in class. Yesterday we saw it with our class. Now we are seeing how they are implemented in built-in classes, library. Understood? So this is how they provide the library to you. Okay. So that's why it was very essential to complete class object yesterday, so that you can understand these topics very clearly. Class object, as you progress, very clearly you will understand. You don't have to worry about that. Understood? Clear this? Any questions? But if you want the code, means what they have written. See, once I created internally how it is working, if you want to know. See, very simple. We wrote the code like this. Class demo PSVM. What is the way they write the logic? See this. String S1 is equal to new string of hello. I am using new operator. I can also say string S2 is equal to new string of what? Hello. Today I'll explain you how they design classes actually. The Java people. Okay. Today I'll be explaining you how they design the which one? Classes. You'll clearly understand now. Remember, in Java, every class encapsulates one information. Remember that first thing now. Okay, every class, whatever you have got now. Okay, they encapsulate some information. The methods will be working on that information. Correct now? This is what we studied till now. Encapsulation. Okay, now let's see. Completely I'll explain you oops now. How they have implemented oops in class string, you notice now. So as soon as I create this, what happens? An object of string is created now. Yes or no? So what will be the members of S1 now? Whatever I have written here, same things will be there now. Yes? So what will be the value? What is the value of value? Hello. Somehow it will store, don't bother. But value is an instance variable now. Now X will have what? Some count, it will have 5. Understood? The value will be stored. It will calculate and it will store it. When you create the object now, see this is a constructor. this constructor will execute, and you will pass the value to what? Sorry, what is that variable name? Count. Now count is equal to 5. Okay, as soon as you create the string object, both of them will be initialized. Value is equal to x, they'll initialize. Count is equal to, somehow they'll write the logic, calculate the length and store it. Then next, they'll be overriding, they're overriding. So all these methods will come into existence now. Which one? Hash code, return type is int. Then they'll have what? Boolean equals, object e. Okay, then they're overriding toString. So same code comes into existence. Return value, something like this they'll write. Understood? So then that is string object S1. Yes or no? Clear. Next, how do they write S? When you create the object of S2, see the same thing happens. Value will be what this time? Hello? Count will be what? Yes, means 5. Why? Because the constructor gets executed. Count is equal to 5 or value is equal to x. Value is equal to x means whatever value you send to the constructor, that will be given to value. Understood? And count will be what? Somehow they'll initialize it. Leave it. Again they are overriding what? Hash code. Again they'll override what? Equals. Clearly understand how they do encapsulation now. String to string. Same thing. Return value. Now the address of this object will be stored where? In S2. Understood? So if you print SOP S1, it is not printing the address. toString gets executed. SOP S2, again toString is not executed. It will print from here. It will not print from the. If you are not overriding, it will print from superclass. The superclass toString will print what? Hexadecimal value of hash code. If you override, it will print your logic. If you don't override, the superclass of which one? Class object. Class object toString gets executed. What is the default implementation of toString in class object? Prints the hexadecimal of the hash code of the object. But since they are overriding, it will print this. Are you clear with this? Overriding. Criteria for overriding is what? Object. Now you know all the rules are coming into picture now. Fine. And now next, see, if I can check the equality also. How will I check? Carefully see now. S1 is equal to S2 means what? If I use a comparison operator, it will check for the reference now. This address will be something 150. This address will be something like 250. Some addresses it will have its own value, it will have reference. So S1 will be 150, S2 will be 250. You are checking the reference value, definitely it will be false. But I want to check the, see, you can check whether they are referring to the same object also, you can check. Also if you want, you can check whether they are having the same value also. Now I will call, see, carefully see this now. If, this logic you write now, if S1 dot equals of S2, see, I am just sending an argument of type what? String. So you are invoking which method? Equals. Now for that equals method, what is the argument you are sending? S2. So E will refer to which object now? Call by reference now. That's it. So using that value, they will calculate the logic and they will return either true or false. So why do you bother how they have written the logic? Yes or no? I wanted to work with group of characters. I just brought the code into existence. Means I created the object. I am not writing the code now. How it works is abstraction for me now. So this is what is the actual meaning of abstraction. If you want to check the equality of two strings, simply what you do? Equality of two group of characters, simply store the values into what? See, assume that these values have come dynamically. Somehow they have come dynamically. What did I do? After getting the value, I stored them into objects. One value I stored into one object, another value I stored it into another object. Same thing you are doing for what? Class box now. As soon as you get the dynamic value, what will you do? Box B1 is equal to new box of 1, 2, 3. Box B2 is equal to new box of 5, 6, 9. So as you get the values, you store them into an object. Same thing is happening here. You got a value called as hello. You got another value called as hello. So what did you do? You put those two things into two objects. Now you are checking equality, but I am not writing any logic here. Done? So check, see, like here both will be true only. This is also true, this is also true. By chance if I say string S3 is equal to world, now what happens? Another string object gets created in the same way. This is S3. So value will be what? world. Yes or no? Count will be what? For this also I think 5 only. The constructor will execute, no? It will initialize both. Value is equal to x, count is equal to 5, something like this. Understood? WORLD, 5 letters. So automatically it will be having what? Count will be hello world. See, I am creating one more new string object now. New string of world. You understand now? I am creating one more string object. So same thing it will have. Int hash code, all the members will be there. You will have equals method. Now if I want to compare, which one? S1 with S3. I can compare. How will you compare? Means if I want to check whether they are equal or not. Check. S1 equals S3 is false only now. Why it is false? They are referring to the different objects. But that is okay. But I want to check whether the content is equal or not. That time what will I do? S1 dot equals of S3. Now what will happen? S1 dot equals of S3 means you are passing the address of S3 to that. So E will refer to which object now? S3. They have written the logic and it will return you false only. Check out. Understood? So we are not writing any logic for checking the equality of two strings. And how it works? We don't know. That is only abstraction. So if at all I want to work with group of characters, we are not writing any code now. We are just bringing the code into existence by creating objects. More than that, we are not doing anything here. Are you clear with all this now? Okay. So this is how it goes on executing now. Let's see this now. Are you understanding now how they have designed it? Beautifully they have designed. Okay. So now see here. Now we'll start understanding it. Carefully observe. Now why do methods have parameters? Can you guess? ToString is not having any parameter, but equals method is having parameter. Can you guess why? See, sometimes when you are writing logic inside your methods now, remember that the value in the instance variable will be sufficient. That time it will not have any parameter. Understood? Now sometimes when you are writing logic inside the methods, the value in the instance variable only will be sufficient. But sometimes when you are writing logic now, you will need instance variable value also plus external value also. Understanding now? Sometimes you will be using instance variable value also plus external value also. That is when you will write the method like this with parameters. Now after writing the logic, it has to return some value now. That is why I am having a return type. All is coming back to the basics now. Understood? So you send an argument of type object, it will execute the logic and returns what? Boolean value. I told you, you don't bother about what? Writing logic. All logics are ready made. You only bother about what? Sending correct arguments to correct methods. So that's what it continues now. If at all you want any logic to execute, what you will be doing now? Just you have to send the correct argument to correct method. Finished. So automatically that logic will execute and returns the result for you. Are you clear with this? Still more clearly you will understand how they write logics. So every class encapsulates, again very clear, I am repeating here. Every class encapsulates some information. Done. After storing it, what will happen? These methods will be using the value stored in that instance variable, information. Understood? And if that value, while writing the logic, if you need some external value, what they'll do? They'll open it with parameters. You send it. Now both the logics will be, both the values will be used for the logic. Which one? Instance variable value plus parameter value, and depending on whether they have to return or not, they'll return it. That's how they write the classes. Are you clear with this now? Okay. So now, but still more clearly we'll see what is the difference between creating a string object with new operator and without new operator. This is how they write the classes. Are you clear? Okay. Shall I clear all this now? So now whenever you create any string object, you can blindly call equals and you can check the equality. Okay. So now let's start saying how the string object is actually getting created. Means you know every object, it will come into existence, it will get destroyed. Objects, they get created and they get destroyed. Let us see how the same thing happens for string now. I'll take some code now. Look at this. So we are going to find out now what's the difference between creating a string object with new operator and without new operator. See, code would be this. Okay, I'll write the code here. We need more space, huh? 1 second. So this is an example for finding out the difference between creating a string object with new operator and without new operator. Okay, so string s1 is equal to hello. Next, string s2 is equal to new string of hello. This is the code. Okay, so string s3 is equal to hello. Okay, then next, string s4 is equal to hi. String s5 is equal to hi. So let's see what happens now when you do this coding. So now see, as soon as you start the program, the JVM is going to execute the program, you know that. Okay, so your main program starts off execution. So you know one thing we had studied earlier, all the objects are created where? All the objects are created in the heap. See, this will be your main program now. Remember that all objects are created where? In the heap only. So this is heap memory now. And this is your JVM. This is your JVM. Right? Mark. So here what happens, let's see, string s1 is equal to new string of hello. This is the code you have written now. You wrote this code, yes or no? So when you write this code, exactly what happens. Okay, so see, only for string this is happening. Only for string this is happening like this. Understood? What happens exactly is, in the heap there is one special memory, okay, called as pool. Okay, string pool it is called. Okay, it is dedicated for what? String objects. So there is one pool now, something like this here. One pool is there. Some pool, you can take it like this. This is heap memory now. This is heap now, heap memory. Inside the heap memory only what is there? Inside heap only there is something called as pool. It is called as string pool. Inside the heap only. Understood? So when you create a string object like this, string s1 is equal to new string of hello, first the JVM checks, is there a hello value in the pool or not? First it checks. Okay, so it is not there now. First time it is not there. So it will create one string object inside the pool and one more string object it will create outside the pool, like this. One more it will create outside the pool like this. 1 second, I'll just make some space here and write. Okay, just you start understanding like this now. So what has happened? It has created one object outside the pool like this. This is stack now. You know this is stack. But because it's main method now, this main method now it is stack. So one object it has created inside, one object it has created outside the pool. Next time you are saying again what? S2 is equal to new string of hello. So again it checks in the pool. Is there a value called as hello in the pool? Yes, it is there. So this time it will not add a string object inside the pool now. So directly it will create one more string object outside the pool and the reference of the object outside the pool will be given to your variable like this. Done? Next, string s3 is equal to hello. If you tell like this, 1 second. So one value of hello is there already in the pool now. This is the string pool now. One value of hello is already there in the pool. So what will s3 do now? It will directly refer to a string object which is there inside the pool. Directly. It will refer. Okay. So see, that is the difference. When you say new, string objects are getting created where? Outside the pool. When you do not say new, string objects are getting created where? Inside the pool. But not completely. Just see this. You will understand this now very clearly. 1 second. String s1 is equal to new string of hello. First it is checking in the pool, the first line. First it will check in the pool. If it is not there, one is created inside the pool and then one more is created outside the pool. Again, if you say string s2 is equal to new string of hello, what happens? It checks in the pool, it is already there. So directly what it will do? It will create one more outside the pool and give it to s2. Now third time what I am saying, string s3 is equal to hello. So that time what happens? Directly it will give the value of hello which is there in the pool to s3. If it is there, it will give it. If it is there. Now let's say that is with new how it works. Let's see without new now how it happens. String s4 is equal to hi. So what happens? Again it checks in the pool. First it will be checking where? In the pool only it will check. Is there a value called as hi in the pool? No. So what it will do? First it will place one value called as hi inside the pool, and then the reference of that would be given to what? S4. First time. So always whenever you are working with a string, first it will check in the pool. Is the value are there or not there? Understood? First it will check. The difference is if it is there, if you don't use new operator. If you don't use new operator. See, that's the next one. String s5 is equal to hi. Sorry. So what happens? Directly the value of hi will be given to this one. So this is how it happens. Understood? So it's as simple. See, when you say, whenever you are trying to create a string object, first it checks in the pool. If it is there inside the pool, it will not create it. That's all. If it is there inside the pool, it will not create it. Okay. But if you are saying new, then one more will be created outside the pool. One more will be created outside the pool. If you don't say new, the same value which is there in the pool will be given to the reference variable. Understood? So this is the story here. So we'll see it with some notes. And one more thing, still I'll give you some more examples here. Now let's try to dereference. Now why are they doing this for string now? Why are they doing this for string? You will have a question. But before we proceed, so there's a clear notes I have given here. Difference between, I think this will not be visible. I'll come back to this. I'll clear this and I'll explain to you. Okay, by chance now. See, string objects are highly reusable. First understand that. String objects are highly reusable now. What do you mean by reusability? Means here. Now I'll try to dereference. Now I'll try to dereference the string objects. I'll say S1 is equal to cluster. We'll continue coding now. S1 is equal to cluster. Then I'll say S4 is equal to world. Then I'll say S5 is equal to welcome. So I added some more code now, extra. So let's see what happens now. So till here you understood. Let's see S1 is equal to cluster, what happens. So now S1 variable is already there, but I am trying to give a value of what? Cluster to it. So again it checks in the pool. If it is not there, what it will do? Creates one inside the pool now. So cluster value will be created inside the pool. And S1 will now refer to what? This one. Okay, it will refer to a new address. So S1 will be referring to what? Cluster now. Okay, and this will be dereferenced. I am trying to dereference now. Okay, then S4 is equal to what? World. Again it checks, is there a value called as world in the pool? No. So it will create one more inside the pool and S4 will start referring to what? World inside the pool now. Understood? Then I'll say S5 is equal to welcome. That time what happens? Again it checks in the pool because I'm not using new now. Whenever I don't use new, what happens? It will check in the pool. If not in the pool, it will create inside the pool only, but it will not create outside the pool. So again welcome also will be created outside the pool, and S5 is actually referring to this one now. See, the only thing what I did was I dereferenced one string object which was there inside the pool, and that is hi. Hi was one object, but it was referred by how many variables? Two variables. S4 and S5 were referring to the same variables. Now but for hello only one variable was referring. Which one? For this hello. Okay, only one variable was referring. So I dereferenced this one also and I dereferenced this also. Okay, now if the garbage collector comes now, it will collect the string objects outside the pool, but it will not collect the string objects which is there inside the pool. Now what means this hi is not eligible for garbage collection, but this hello is eligible for garbage collection. Now what is the use of this hi, you might ask? Okay, this hi will be used for further processing. Further processing means supposingly I write a string something like S6 is equal to hi now. So what happens? Directly hi is there now. So S6 will refer to what? the same height. It is already there in the pool. So the string objects in the pool are reused like this. So strings are highly reusable. Strings are highly reusable because they are never destroyed. Which string is never destroyed? The string object inside the pool is never destroyed. But the string objects outside the pool are destroyed. Understood? So if at all you want to work with the string inside the pool, don't use the new operator. But if you want to work with string objects outside the pool, you can use the new operator. So, but remember, even if you use new, one will be created inside the pool. Okay. So the value inside the pool will be what? Used for later processing. Understood? So that is the drawback. See, this is how the string works. One side you are saying string is highly reusable. Other side this becomes a drawback of string. Why it's a drawback? Because you try to change values in your string, now what happens? If you try to give new values or do something with your string, modify the string, in fact, okay, what happens? New string objects go on getting created like this, but the old one is never destroyed. So generally they say the string leaves lot of garbage value. String leaves lot of garbage value. Why means, if at all you try to modify it, it goes on leaving too many garbage value like this. No doubt you might use that value later. That is secondary, but it goes on leaving too many garbage values. So this is called as memory leak. So string has got what? String class has got memory leaks, because if at all you try to modify or change something in a string, a new string object is getting created. Okay. So now you might think it's a drawback. No, sometimes we will have to use string only. You will understand clearly. If at all you modify, if you want to modify, that's when we start using what? The other two classes. String, string buffer and all. String buffer, string builder is there now. So that is when we use. That's why they have provided three classes. Okay. If you just want to work with constants, use string class. If you want to modify the value in a string, then they say use string buffer and string builder. But just learn how it works. After we complete all the three, then we can compare all the three and discuss which one to use when. Generally string should be used when you are not modifying it. Generally string should be used when you are not going to modify the contents of it. So strings are used when you want constants in your program. Clear? We'll see it how again. So are you clear with all this now? So you got the difference between a string object inside the pool, outside the pool. String objects inside the pool are not eligible for garbage collection, but string objects outside the pool are eligible for garbage collection. Now why is string maintained in a pool? For optimum usage of memory. Optimum usage we say. Optimum means whenever you want the same value, it will not produce one more again. What will happen? The same value will be assigned to the new reference variable. Supposingly I say, now supposingly I write S7 is equal to cluster. What happens? Means I am telling it without what? I am telling it without new now. So when I say S7 is equal to cluster without new, already cluster is there now. So directly what will happen? S7 variable will refer to that. But again if I say S8 is equal to new cluster, one is already in the pool, one more will be created outside the pool. That's it. So S8 cluster only, but it is created outside the pool like this. So like this it goes on working. Are you clear? Any other questions you have here? If I do this, what will happen? If I do that, what will happen? It's very simple concept. I give notes on this, you'll understand. If you read it only, you'll understand this. Clear? So remember, even though string has got very good performance, the drawback of string is it has got many, means it's going to create too much of memory leaks. When it will create memory leaks? When you go on modifying the string, every time you modify it, new string object goes on getting created and the old one will be remaining in the pool itself. And that is never eligible for garbage collection. Till your JVM shuts down, it will be available. Till your program shuts down. Clear? And this is true only for which object? String objects. This is true only for string objects. This is not true for any other object in Java. Pooling mechanism is there only for string objects. Are you clear this now? So this is one clear diagram what I put. Clearly understand this. So this is the heap memory, and where is the string pool? Inside the heap only. And your variables are where? They are all local variables. They are present in the stack. Remember that. They are present in the stack only. Shall I clear this now? Shall I clear this? Now see the document, you'll get the idea now. See, difference between string object creation with new operator and without new operator. First I'll start off with what? With new operator. First we'll be going with new operator. So in with new operator what happens? See, first string constant will be taken and it will be verified in the pool. First step. Second step, what happens? If string constant is available in the pool, JVM wouldn't place the object in the pool. No? Yes or no? Second point. If string constant is available in the pool, JVM won't place it if it is there. Okay, but if it is not available in the pool, then one string object will be placed inside the pool now. Which one? Third point. So after placing that in the pool, one more object will be created where? Outside the pool, and the address of the string object which is outside the pool will be assigned to reference variable. That's how the string object gets created when you use new operator. When you use new operator. But the same if you don't use new operator, how it works? See, string constant will be taken and will be verified in what? Pool. If string constant is available in the pool, the same address will be assigned to what? The reference variable. If string constant is not available in the pool, then new object will be placed in the pool and its address will be assigned to the reference variable. The thing is, one more object will not be created outside the pool if you don't use new. That's it. Are you clear this now? Definitely an interview question. What is the difference between? I'll just write it again. This point, okay, I think this is causing some problems. So you can see it very clearly. Yeah. So these are the difference between creating a string object with new and without new. And finally there is one point. There is concept of pooling only for what? String objects in Java. This has been done for optimum usage of the memory. Means what? For string reusability. Remember, strings are reusable. If you have one value, you can reuse it because it will be given to you from the pool now. It will be maintaining in the pool. Whenever you want, it will provide you from the pool itself. But remember, at the same time it has one disadvantage. The more you modify it, it leaves one garbage value. Means it will dereference and refer to another object, and the dereferenced object which is there in the pool is not eligible for garbage collection. Understood? That's how they have designed it. So see, string constants in the pool are never eligible for garbage collection. The same value will be used for a new string reference variable. So all the points I put it here. Yeah? Fine. So that's how the string object gets created with new and without new. Do you have any questions here? Okay. So you understood how the string object works now. Now let's see some more methods of class string now. Like I want to find out the index of a, or we'll see next. Okay, one second. Now we'll make that point very clear now. Which one? Strings are fixed in length and immutable. We are telling that now. We'll come back to that point now. We know how the string objects are getting created now. Okay, but in the beginning I told you one point. Strings are fixed in length and immutable. So let's check that point now. What it means? Means strings are never modifiable. You cannot modify a string. Understood? You can never modify a string. You have to understand this point. String objects are not modifiable. String, you cannot. One second. String objects cannot be modified. String objects cannot be modified. Remember that. Because if you modify, it will happen. New object will be created. I show you with good examples now. You will only understand. Understood? But string reference variable can be modified. String reference variable can be modified. Means what? It can be made to refer to another object. S1 is equal to hello. S1 is equal to hi. What will happen? S1 is referring to hi object. That's the meaning of this. Okay, we'll see an example first. So we'll start off with concatenation. You know concatenation or string concatenation? We have discussed this long back now. Yeah, we'll see this now. So string concatenation can be done in two ways now. String concatenation can be done in two ways. So let's see how do you do concatenation. So this is a very important interview question now. Are you clear with this point now? String objects cannot be modified, but string reference variable can be modified. I'll explain you that very clearly. You'll understand. Yeah. See this. First I'll use the concat method. So string concatenation can be done in two ways. String concatenation. Concatenation means what? creating a new string by joining two strings. String concatenation can be done in two ways, one with plus operator, second one with concat method. First I'll take concat method, then I'll go with which one? Plus. Class demo PSVM. See, generally string S1 is equal to hello. So what happens now in the JVM? This is S1. Okay, it will be created, one will be created where now? Inside the pool. We just now saw how it works. So S1 is a variable which will be referring, this is what now? Again, this is JVM, this is heap, this is, once again, or I'll draw it very neatly itself. So this is the string pool, this is the heap, and here you have got the main method. So let's see the code now. S1 is equal to hello. What happens? S1 variable is there now. Okay, but first it will check where? In the pool. If it is not there, it will place one string inside the pool, but one more string object is not created outside the pool. And S1 will refer to the string object which is there inside the pool only. Yes or no? Fine. Now I'll call a method called as S1 dot, or I'll take a very simple value, I'll take A. What is the value I've taken? A. Okay. Now I'll call S1 dot concat. Means I'm appending something to it. Yes or no? I'm joining one more string now. What is the string I'm joining? B. B is on string. So what will happen now? So A, B, one new string object is created. But it is not appending in the same location. It is not joining in the same location. Whenever you try to modify a string, what happens? New string object gets created. I am joining it actually, but it is not joined there. One more new string object got created. Fine. And if you print now SOP S1, definitely it will be what? A. It prints A. It will not print AB. Definite interview question for you. Understood? So now, if I do this, it will print A. But what has happened is one more string object has been created in the pool now. Understood? But it is not referred by any variable. That's what we tell. Whenever you try to modify a string, okay, it goes on leaving garbage values like this. Okay. Now, if at all you want to work with that, what will you do? You have to, the return type of this method that you have to see now. The return type of concat method is what? String. Now I'll use string S2 if you use, yes, fine. Now S2 will be referring to what? AB. So S1 will print A, but S2 will print what? AB. But if you don't accept the return type, means if you don't make a variable refer to it, it is going to be what? It will be created, but it is dereferenced only. Understood? Fine. Now see, this is very interesting. S1 dot concat, and I'll say what? C. S1 dot concat of what I'll tell? C now. Once I tell C, what happens? Huh? And I'll accept in S1 only. Now very interesting. First AC will be created. AC will be created. New string object will be created. That address is given to which one now? S1 itself. So now S1 will refer to which one? AC, but this is dereferenced. So SOP S1 you print, what it prints? AC. So which is the dereferenced string now? A. But by chance if I write string S3 is equal to A without new, so S3 will refer to the A itself. That is secondary. So that will be working. Means every time you try to modify a string, a new string object goes on getting created. That's why we say string is fixed in length and immutable. Fixed means what? It will not increase or decrease. Supposingly I say here somewhere string S1 is equal to hello. You apply the same logic what I showed you just now, and you try to add now S1 dot concat of world. Actually we are trying to increase the size of the string. No, hello is there. Again hello world will be created, but that will be dereferenced. Hello world will be dereferenced. Yes or no? if at all you want to use that hello world, you should write either string s2 or restore the value back into s1. That is your wish. So SOP S1 now will print hello world. If you don't accept it and print, it will never print. So this is one of your most important interview question. Are you clear with this? Are you clear with this? Any questions? Okay. So this is how it works. The same is true with what? Plus operator also. The same is true with plus operator also. String. Okay. Where will I write it now? Okay. I'll do it here. So I'm going to the second one now. String concatenation can be done in two ways. One with plus operator, other with concat method, which I showed you just now. So see this now. Here I'll continue class demo PSVM. Supposingly I say string s1 is equal to a. Fine, no problem. But this time I'll say s1 plus b. Yes or no? I'm joining this value, but using what? Plus operator. So plus is the only overloaded operator, and that can be used with what? String. And how does this work? See, if you are using a string and string, it will append or concatenate. Okay. So now S1 will be it will appending. Again AB will get created. Same story here again. AB will get created, but it is not referred by what? Any variable. So if you print SOP S1 after this, it will still print what? A only. So if you want that AB, you should say string S2. Understood? Else it will print SOP S2 will print what? AB. This will print this. This will print A. We'll see it with output only. Clear? Next. One more C here now. S1 plus C I'll tell. Very interesting. Same way what I did there. Return type will accept in what? S1. Now SOP S1 will print what? AC. S2 will print what? AB. Very very important entry question. Remember this. And A is getting dereference. Same process, but difference is one place I used concat method, other place I used plus operator. Same process, there is no difference. Clear? But this is the benefit they are giving to string, because generally we work with strings with many times we go on appending or joining strings. So for the benefit of the developer, they are given what? Plus as the operator. So plus is the only overloaded operator in Java. Okay, that too they are overloading. Who? Some people are overloading. We cannot overload any operator here. Okay, and plus can be used with strings also. You can see plus operator is an additional operator. What type of an operator it is? Additional operator, arithmetic operator. Understood? If you use it with numerics, it will do addition. But if you use it with string, it will do concatenation like this. That's the all the differences. And I'll give more examples using plus now. You'll understand. Clear? And if you are adding, that we'll see next. If I are adding S1, supposingly int A is equal to 10 string. These are all your interview questions which will come. S1 is equal to which one? Let's say hello. String S1 is equal to hello. Int A is equal to. Check out this output. S1 plus A I am telling. So that time A will get converted to int. Sorry, A will get converted to string. A will get converted to string, and you can store it in string S2 again. And SOP S2 will print what you know. Hello 10 means hello 10 it will print. It will join again. And this is true. And your compiler will compile for this line. Understood? Your compiler will definitely compile for this line. We'll see more examples of that later. Okay. How to use plus in concatenating we'll see later. But first let's complete this example. Are you clear? Okay, fine. So we'll see this example now. The process is same as I written, same it is. Okay. For both. But string cannot be modified. That's what you have to understand. If at all you wanted to do modification, you should have not used string. If at all you wanted to do modification, first of all you should have not used string. If at all you want to do modification, you have to use other two classes. Which one? String buffer and string builder. Yeah, we are going with concat method. See this first. So SOP S3, what it will print right now? A, no? So it's printing A, no problem with that. We don't have any issues with that. Fine. Look, I am using the program string concatenate demo. All this will be on, you can get these programs, no problem. Okay, next. What I'll do, I'll try to concatenate. I am concatenating, but see this, I'll call the concat method. I'm calling concat method, but I'm not accepting anything. So a new object is created inside the pool. No doubt about this. But what is the value of S3? A only. But you had concatenated, notice. It's not printing AB. So if at all I want that AB value now, the return type of this is what? String. Concat method, the return type is string. I show you what is the return type. String, what I had used? S4, huh? Yeah, S4. So now see SOP, S3 and S4, what it prints, you see. So S3 is printing first A. After calling concat method, S3 is still A. Okay, but value of S4 is what? AB. Understood? Value of S4 is still AB. Next, if I say S3 dot concat and I'm accepting the return type in what? S3 only. This time what will be the value of S3? AC. See what is the value of S3 now? AC. S4 remains as it is. We are not modifying what? S4. Are you clear this? Okay. Then this is with what? Concat method. The same gets applicable with what? One second. I should have showed you that return type, no? Yes, we can see in the library. I'll show you. The return type of concat method you can see here. What it is? Concat. What it does? What is the return type? Check out. The return type of this is string. I'm accepting the return type. That's how you work with the library. Understood? Fine. Next. If I want, I can do it with what? Same story here also, no? SOP S1, I'll do the appending, but I'll not. Okay, I'll remove S2 and I'll print S1 plus B. What is the error? Invalid token. It's not allowing. Okay, but it's making mandatory. You have to accept it. String, okay, S2 is equal to S1 plus B. If you tell, fine, it will work. Okay, fine. So then, but what is the value of S1 now? Still A only. Okay, it will be as A only. But S2 will be what? AB. It is not getting modified there in A itself. I appended with A, but it is not modified in S1. Still it is printing S1 as A itself, S2 as AB. And now see, this one is another story which you know just now. S1 plus C, what it will do? It will overwrite. S1 will print what now? AC. Sorry, it will not overwrite. One more new string object gets created. S1 will print AC. S2 will print what? AB. So this is a very important interview question. Be careful with this. S1 is AC this time because I accepted it in what? S1. So A is dereferenced now. This time A will be dereferenced. Are you clear? So this is string concatenation. So whenever you try to modify a string, a new string is getting created like this. So that is what we say, it goes on creating too many garbage values. Understood? Okay, then we'll see all the methods of which one? String. String is very rich now. Okay, so generally in what times in other languages, if you want to work with group of characters, you want to find out the character at a particular index. You want to check whether it starts with some particular value, whether it ends with some value. Okay, you want to compare two strings, which one is greater or which one is lesser. So all these kinds of logic you go on writing where? In other places. But in Java we don't write it because it's there in the library itself. So now we'll go on to see the different methods of class string. Okay, so anyway, you know, yesterday I told you where to go and search. You can type in Google, which one? java.lang.string. It will give the list of all the, which one? Members of class string. Till now I introduced some members. So I show you all this now. But before I go into the members, we finish up this one small topic. Some notes is there for string concatenation. You can write it off. So we had completed string concatenation. Huh? Write this. String concatenation is nothing but what? Adding two strings. String concatenation is nothing but adding two strings, and you can do it in how many ways? Two ways. One is the plus operator and another is the concat method. Okay, then that's the point here. When we concatenate two strings, always a new string object will be created with the result. Existing string object will not be modified at any cost. Because of this we can say strings are fixed in length and immutable. Very important interview question. Understood? Fine. Now we start seeing the members of class string now. Go to Google, you know, as it is, you can type there what? String java.lang.string. You type, automatically it will give you the document. You can refer to this Oracle documentation. See here, you'll find the complete list of all the members. So now it goes on telling you, see, this is a class which extends what? Object. It is implementing what? Serializable, comparable, char sequence means what? These are all interfaces. So this is how we have to study the library slowly. It is a class which is extending object, and at the same time it is implementing these many interfaces. So these are again built-in interfaces. We'll see what is serializable and all that slowly we'll understand. Don't worry about that. Okay, but class string is implementing these three interfaces and extending object, and it contains so much of immense information. Same we read and we explain it to you. Nothing else we are doing. Understood? And at the same time, but we explain those concepts with the help of what? Examples. That is only a document for what? Class string. Okay, and see, it is having one field, means it's having one variable, field summary. The name of the variable is what? Case underscore insensitive underscore order. That's one variable. Now it is having these many constructors. Check out. String, 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 these many constructors are there. Now sometimes you'll see something called as deprecated. Okay, deprecated means what happens? Sometimes they'll release the class. Later on they'll find that that member is not required. They cannot remove that member so easily, because if they remove it and release next time in your code, now it will not work. Supposingly you are using 1.4 JVM. In 1.5 when they are releasing now, that time if they remove one method, now your old code will not work in what? New JVM. So before they adding is okay, but before they remove a member, okay, they give a warning to the developers and go on telling what? Deprecated. Means don't try to use this constructor from now on. In the later stages we are going to remove this method. When they are going to remove, don't know, but they are going to deprecate it. So you should know the difference between deprecate and obsolete. Obsolete means already removed. Obsolete means already removed. If you try to use, you will get compilation error. Why? It's not a member of class. Deprecated means if you try to use, you will not get any error and it will work. But tomorrow if they remove it, later on your code will have problems. Deprecated means still the member is present. They are going to remove it. Understood? So that's the difference between deprecated and obsolete. Obsolete means spelling O-B-S-O-L-E-T-E. It has been removed completely. So this is how you have to start understanding the library now. How to use, what to use and all that. Okay. So now see, these are the deprecated things. Leave it. So these many constructors are there. Actually I used which constructor till now? See, string original means I passed the string object now. In double quotes I was passing. String S1 is equal to new string of hello means what? I was using this constructor. Initializes a newly created string object so that it represents the same sequence of character as the argument. In other words, the newly created string is a copy of the argument string. It's a copy of the argument string. You're passing in double quotes now hello. So that is what they're going telling you now. Understood? So next, you can create a string object by passing string buffer also. You can create a string object by passing what? String builder also. So like this. Next, anyway, these are the constructors. These many constructors are there. You can have multiple constructors in your class now. Overloading. Okay. Then next, methods. How many methods are there? Check out. Caret. So many methods are there. Compared to concat, which I was just using, what does it do? Concats the specified string to the end of the string. Argument, what it requires? String. What is the return type? String. Just now I was using. Very clearly tells. Understood? Then so many methods are there. Contains. Equals. What is the argument you have to pass? Object. Return type is what? Boolean. Okay. If you want more information, you can click. If you click on equals, what it will give you? Full information it will give you. Okay. Like example, contain which one? Concat I'll see. I'll click on concat. See, more information gives. What it does. Understood? What it is doing? If the length of the argument, it gives you some information which you can't understand right now. That is the reason you have joined the course. Understood? Because this is little bit hi-fi English for you. So I am explaining it in normal English. Understood? They write it in very high level languages. All the books, me and all, what we try to do, we bring it down to simple English and make you understand the concept. Understood? So like this, they have got all these things. Then see, many methods are there. These many methods are there. So slowly, means one by one, I start teaching you all these methods. Like intern, is empty, last index of. So many methods are there. Length is a method in what? String array. So you have to be careful with two things. One, length is a variable in normal array. This length is a method in string. So you should know what it is. Difference, if they write, what is the difference between length and length with parenthesis? This is a variable in array. Understood? This is a method in string. This is a definite interview question. What is the difference between length and length? Okay. So you'll see all this matches. So many methods are there. So it doesn't starts with, ends with, so many are there. Substring. Okay. Why are they providing you so many methods now? They are telling you, you don't write the logic. Understood? Now if you want to get a substring means I want a substring from this index to another index. Don't write logic, simply call the method. Return type is what? Another string. You want to check whether it starts with, don't write the logic, simply call the method. You want to check whether it ends with, simply call the method. That is what called as what? Abstraction. You don't know how you are getting the output, but you start getting the output. That much of luxury you get in Java now. To understand this, it's a headache. But once you understand this, we do not write any code in Java, especially what? Because of libraries, because all ready-made code is there. So now we have started using the library. Clearly see this now. We'll start seeing now how it happens. So what we'll do now, I'll open the next example now. Okay, the next example you can see here now. Okay, string demo 3. See this now. First I'll talk about substring. Now see what happens. I'll comment everything now. All this we can comment. One by one I am exploring the methods. See now, all the methods are not important. That also I am telling you. Okay, you don't have to learn all the methods of all which are present in the class. We are talking about some of the most important methods which are used by the developers. And other methods, gradually through your coding years, you will go on learning one by one. So what is really required for a programmer, we are covering now. Just see now, one of the method which is extensively used is what? Substring. Okay, what is the argument I am passing? 2 and 4. So substring is on method, and if I pass 2 and 4, what it will do now? It will create a substring between the second and fourth index. Means there is one S1 now. S1 is equal to apple. One string is there now, and the value of that is what? Apple. I want to create a substring between what? The second and fourth index. So how is actually apple created now? How is apple going to be created? So like this, it is going to be in character, which one? It's an array of characters only. It will be stored like this in the memory only. Fine. Now you are telling I want to, and the index starts like this, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You are telling what? I want a substring between second and fourth index. So one substring will be created from 2 till 4. From 2 till 4 means fourth will not be included. That's how they have written the logic. So now if after you get the return type of substring is what? Another string. So what is the value of sub S1? PL. The value of sub S1 will be, substring will be PL. It depends now. From where to where you want, you set the index. From 1 to 5 also you set, or 2 to 10 also you set. But you are not writing logic. That is the beauty in Java now. Are you following now? So it's so difficult to work with what? Group of characters in other languages, but now you can see it is so simple. If you want the equality, already method is there. If you want to join two strings, method is there. If you want to create a substring, method is there. Are we writing any logic? We are not even writing a single logic for checking equality, for concatenation, or whether it be creating a substring. So all we are exploring the library now. More than that we are not doing anything. Clear? So now, okay, fine. There is one more method now, substring. I am passing only 2. What will it do? From 2 till the end. So now you understand, they are overloading substring method now. Carefully see now, one is with 2 parameters, one is with 1 parameter. So this parameter should be of type what? Int. The compulsory parameter what you have to send is what? Int only. Then you can see substring of 2 and 4. What happens? They are of 2 int. But functionality is same now. So whenever the functionality is same, they overload. Whenever the functionality is different, they override. Means when you want to change functionality or completely different functionality, new methods. Simple. Same concepts. Now you see the output. So what is the expected output now? Sub S1 will print what? Sub S1 will print PL. S1 will print fully. Apple it will print. Okay. So twice we are printing apple, no problem. But sub S1 will print PL. But this method from 2 till the end, PLE it prints. Following now? That's how it works. So if you still want to see clearly how it works, now I'll explain you what is encapsulation. So this is the last time I'll be explaining encapsulation, abstraction and all that. Clearly understand how they write classes now. Understood? See how they have written the class string now. This is your class string. What does it have now? Value count like this. Then what are the different methods you are seeing now? One more you are seeing is substring. Okay, so here substring int a. So return type of this is what? String. One more substring you saw just now. I used 2 substrings, one with 1 int, another with 2 ints. So return type of this is also what? String. Okay, one more I'll show you. Char at. If you want to find out the char at a particular index, so int I, something like this. So return type of this is what? I think char. Return type of this would be char. Refer to the documents now. More than my code, start referring to the documents. Char. Not only that, they are overriding what? Equals. Not only this, they are overriding what? ToString. So now see how they write the class. In ToString what they do, you know, no? In ToString method what they'll do? They'll return value. Just 1 second. Char at. So then equals will be boolean. Then you have got string, ToString method. Like this, plenty of methods are there. We are talking about the most important methods. Return value. Something like this they write. So like this, plenty of methods are there. So now I show you the output of which one? Index of also. Then I'll continue to explain this logic, how they are written. One more method I'll show you. Okay, some more methods you see now, which we'll see here. Now it's very easy to understand strings. Here, there's a string called as hello world. S10 is equal to hello world. What if you want to find out the length of the string? What is the method name? Length. Just I'm calling that. Next, I want to find out the char at a particular index. What did I do? Char at is the method I'm calling. I want to find out the index of a particular character. See here I'm checking out in fifth index which is the character. In this method, index of method, what it is, right? Logic contains. What is the index of L? So if you say index of L, it will start from the beginning. But if you say last index of L, it will start from the last. From the last ending it will start. That's the difference. So see here, that's the output. Now let's see. So many methods are there. You just see the output now. We are not even writing a single logic for all this. Whereas it is true if you are working in C language. Length of the string is 10. The character at the second index is what? Sorry, fifth index. What is the char at fifth index? Hello world. You start counting now. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the fifth index, what is present? W. The same output you are seeing here. The fifth index is W. Now what is the index of L? 0, 1, 2. So it is 2. What is the last index of L? It starts from this time from the last. If you say index of from the beginning, if you say last index of from the end it sees. So it will print you 8. Are you writing any logic for this? That is not happening in what? Java, but it happens in other languages. So if at all you want to work with group of characters, we are not writing a single line of logic. All I did is what? I created the object. Creating object is nothing but what? Bringing code into existence. Once you bring the code into existence, I'll just call the method. Why should I be bothered about how they have written the logic now? Finished. So this is the luxury you start getting. If at all you want still more information about that, you know all the methods now. So see, one string object will be created like this. Here, just now you saw string s1 is equal to hello world. So when you say string s1 is equal to hello world, what happens? The constructor gets executed and the value of this will be stored in what? In the array of char. Value is a variable name. Okay, so then you will have int count. So both of them will be initialized. Value will be initialized with what? X. Count will be initialized with what? Assuming that what will be the length? 10 now. Hello world. So totally 10. So it will be initialized. So char value is equal to hello world. Count is equal to 10. So this is how the string object will be created. Now the other methods. Which are the other methods? Char at. So what is the argument it will accept? Int a. Return type of this is what? Char. So they write the logic here. Then index of. Index of. What is the argument you have to send? String. But what is the return type? Int. What is the index of L? I passed it in double quotes. Then you are having equals method. Then you are having concat method. So many methods are there. The list is endless. Concat. String s. Then you are having string. Which one? Equals. Return type is boolean. Equals. Objective. Like this, plenty of methods are there, man. So you are only going through the most important methods. So exactly what happens now? See here. So this is S1 object. So understand now what is encapsulation. Every class in Java encapsulates what? Some information. Yes, when I created the string object, it is encapsulating what? This information. Yes or no? String S1 is equal to new string. What it has done? S1 is equal to hello world. It has encapsulated hello world now. Now see. Once it is stored in S1, I will say string S2 is equal to hello world. You can tell again, no problem. One more string object gets created. That's your wish. But let's work with S1. S1 dot char at. And I'll send a value like 2, 0 or 5 we sent just now. So return type is what? If you want, you can print. It prints your char. So the return type is if you want, you accept it. Understood? Char at. What happens? So see, you are calling a method called as caret. Now, but to find out what is the character at a particular index, you need an external value now. So that is why you are sending what? Argument. So this method will accept that parameter, because you cannot write this logic without an external value. Now the logic in caret has to be written with what? Instance variable value plus an outside value. So that's why they open it up with what? Parameters. So you will get the value, they'll get the value, they'll write the logic, and finally they'll return what? Char. That's what they are doing. Now next, let's see one method without any argument. Okay, length. Let's take one method called as length. The return type of length is, you know what? Int. So return count. More than that, they will not write any logic. It's very simple logics what they write. Length. So now see, if I say s1 dot length, I'm calling the method. Return type is what? Int. If I want, I can accept, or directly you say SOP. But does it require an external or value? Now length method contains what? Logic. We know it contains logic, but that logic does not require what? An external value. So they will not have any parameter for it. So directly they will be using the value here and they will return the result. So that's how you should decide when to write a parameter for your method, when what return type to have. Okay, so you'll see some methods are there void. Why they are void? Because if you call it, it will not return anything. Understood? Logic is there. We are only using the logic. Are you understanding what is encapsulation now? So in this class what we are seeing? Encapsulation we are seeing. Abstraction we are seeing. Abstraction means what? I am calling the methods. I am getting the output. I am not bothered about how they have written the logic now. Abstraction. Now we are seeing overloading. Which one? Substring is overloading. ToString overriding. So what all you saw in Java has been come into picture here. And we are seeing class string is extending what? Object. And they have made this class as what? Final class. See how they design classes. So designing a class is an art. Great art it is, which we developers can't do. That's why Java goes on to provide you libraries. Understood? Any common logic required now for all applications. Now these are very common logics in all applications now. Finding the index of a particular character or whatever, concatenating or checking equality or comparing. One more method is there, compare. We'll see that. Equals. For equals what you have to send? Another string object. Yes or no? All we are doing is what? Yes to. Return type is there, boolean. But are we writing logic for anything here? We are going on calling what? Methods. One by one I'm calling the methods. More than that I am not doing anything here. So that's how we explore the library. And it's not mandatory that you have to know all the methods in the string class. Okay. Which are very important, we are discussing, and gradually over a period of time you'll be seeing all this. You'll be learning it. And most of the methods are not used. You don't have to worry that also. We are going to learn the consistently used methods by all developers. And these are the methods which are definitely asked in interview also, in SCJP also for you. SCJP exam. Clear? If you want, I show you the source code also. This is the code now. Just I show you the source code also. Be comfortable. You know where to see the source code now. Java is open source. src.zip contains what? .java files. I had extracted it last class. Understood? I had extracted src.zip and it was containing pure .java files. You can go there, see it. Where had we extracted? Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, so I'll show you the same code will be there. In length what they'll return? Count. And caret, some logic they'll write. Don't bother. So I'll start seeing all the methods of class. String now, that's it. 2 minutes we can finish it off now. What does this, now only we study what? What does this method do? What does that method do? What does this method do? That's it. But we are not going to write logics. That's what I had told you always. See here. String.java, open, edit plus. See here, this is the way they write the code to work with what? Group of characters. To work with group of characters, can you write all this logic? No, they are encapsulating the array and they are making these methods work upon that array. Which array? See here. Class string, scroll down. Yeah, char is the value is an array of type what? Char. Count is one variable. What does this do? This value array is used for storing the values, character storage. Then what does count method do? It is, see, they have commented, the count is the number of characters in the string. Like this, many variables are there. Okay, now come down. There are some constructors. See, this is one of the constructor. We were working with this constructor. Yes or no? So what is it doing? As soon as you pass the value, that char array is initialized. Yes or no? Some logic they write. V is equal to, finally see they are initializing count also. They initialize. Then this is one more, something like this they initialize. Fine. So there are so many constructors go through. And we use which method? Length. Correct? Control F you do. Control F, L-E-N. This is how you search TH. With brace you put. Now see, find. Yes, this is a method. What is count doing? It returns the value of count. More than that, nothing logic they return. You want to check whether how they write equals logic, equality logic, or caret. We'll see that. Control F, C-H-A-R, char. At is the method. Find. Okay. Caret or what? What is the method? Yeah. Yeah, here. Caret. What does it do? It checks and returns you the value in that index. They write logics like this, which we can't do. Understood? Can you write this? No, that's why we should not bother. You should be very happy in Java. Because what? We don't write logics. Now see what luxury. Understood? And to use this, you have got terrific editors. Dot. It will give you the list of all the methods. You will not understand their code. Don't see this. This is only the last time showing you. Why? That is only abstraction. We should not bother about how they write the code. Understood? Because that is only abstraction. Understanding what is abstraction now? They have encapsulated everything now. Why they encapsulate? So that we can use it. And the beauty of this is this string.class will run in what? Any operating system of the world. And more things you can say. What? See, try to pass one double value here, 5.5. What happens? Compilation error. Wrong, no? So see how they write solid code. They will never allow you to send what? Wrong value into their methods. So that is why Java is what? Strictly type checked. How can you find a character at 5.5 man? So that's why they say it is of type what? Caret is what? Int. Means you have to send int only. So how they are saying to that almost all their logic never fails only. Like that they write terrific logic. Argument, parameter should match. Otherwise you'll start getting the error at compilation time. Understood? So this is how they design classes. Understood? So it takes time for you to get digest all this. Understood? But once you digest this, using the library is cakewalk now. Understood? We do not write any code here. Understood? Let's see the other methods now and we'll finish the class. So it's all about using the library now. So let's see the different methods now. So you are comfortable with these methods now? Length, caret, index of and last index of. These methods are comfortable? Any questions in these methods? So this logic in C language you write now. These logics, if you want to work with group of characters, who writes? You write. Here I am telling don't write. So for this only you will be spending what? Nearly 3 months in C language. But in 1 hour you are learning how to use the logic here. So that is what is Java's strength. Okay, only reusability is the great strength of Java. So fine then. So this is done. So or we have to see the next code now. Okay, I think I'll comment it here like this. Okay, now we'll start off. See, there's one more method called as what? Trim. Now what does trim method do? Can you guess? Removes the space. Yes, removes the space, correct. But where it removes? Removes spaces before and after, but not in the middle. See here, there is a space here. Before, this is space. Here also in between we are having space. In the end also I am having space. I want to remove the space. Value of S2. Okay, right now it will print the space. But as soon as I call trim, what will happen? The spaces will be removed. Where? Before and after. Generally there is one more logic you write now. See, for all this we are not writing any logic. But does this method need any argument? No. But return type is what? String. But do you think will it really remove the spaces in the actual string? See, S2 it prints, what it is printing? Space, AB, space, space it prints like this. Okay, but when I call trim, okay, a new string is created. But the original string remains what? As it is only. It is not going to modify. Remember that. Anything you try to do with the string, a new string object gets created. Remember that. Anything you try to do, a new string object gets created. And the return type I am storing in trim S2. The value of trim is what? Value of, sorry, here trim S2. The value of trim S2 is what? See, it has removed the spaces, but before and after it has removed, but not in the middle. But if you print SOP S2, sorry, once again, if you print SOP S2, what it prints? It is printing with the spaces. See, I have not given any space here after trim, but still you can see space here now. It is printing a space, but trim S2 is printing what? Without space. Notice there. Understood? So trim method removes the space. Next. So like this, go on exploring the methods now. It's your duty now. I can only guide you where are the logics. And end of the day you have to go on using the logics now. So this is done. Trim method is over. Next, split method. Now see the split method, how it works. You know what is split? What it will do? Huh? Hello guys, how are you? I want to break it into small strings. Okay, but the criteria is what? Space. So when I say call split and send the argument of what? Delimiter I am telling, the delimiter. Space I am telling. So those many strings will, wherever space is there, those many strings will be created, and this is what? Return type is what now? Array of string. This is an array of string. And you know how to work with arrays now? I've shown you. This is an array of type string. Now see this. Hello guys, how are you? It prints like that. This is how it prints. Clear? If I want, I can use any other thing. E also I can use. Any argument you give there. E. Now wherever E is there, it starts splitting now. Can you write this kind of logic when you are working with group of characters? Impossible. And you can see all this is ready-made in Java now. Clear? So okay, I'll break it back to space. You give any value there. Where you want to split, that value provide there. If I want, even I can give what? L. So wherever L is there, it goes on splitting now. Understood? HE is one string, O is another string. Like this it goes on splitting. So go through all this now. Next method, replace. Means some string is there, I want to replace the value in that. Following now, I want to replace the value. So how will you replace it? Just call the method. This is a very interesting method. Check this out. S4 is equal to small a, capital B, small c, capital D. Now I will replace a with x. But notice the difference. I am calling replace. What is the argument you are sending here? Character. So if you send a and x, all a will be replaced with what? Small x. But will it change in the same object? No. Another string object is created. And the return type I am accepting in what? Replace one. S4 remains as it is. Remember, no strings are modified. S4 remains as it is. But the value of replace one will be what? Small x, capital B, small c, capital D. Understood? So we'll see the output of this first. Yeah? See here first, S4 what it is printing? So and so. But replace is printing what? XX means A has been replaced with what? X. But if you want, I should have printed. Okay, after replacing also S4 is same now. Yes? After replacing also S4 value is what? Same now. After replacing. But in which one? Replace one, what is the value? So and so. Clear? So fine, next. I'll call replace all. Replace also will replace all the values. Replace also will replace all the values. Replace all also will replace all the values. But difference is you are passing character here you are passing string. You are going to replace all the values only. So you can check out. Like this you can work now. So it's your lookout now. We only go on exposing the library to you. But see, S4 is as it is. It will not get modified. Even though you are calling replace method twice, it will not change, because as soon as you call replace all, a new string object gets created and it returns you that. That's new. The address of that string object I am storing in replace one and replace two. Clear? Fine. More methods. Now it's all about methods. Starts with, ends with. Say I want to check whether this method means whether this string starts with what? Whether this starts with CLU, whether this ends with TR. Fine. Call the method. Which method? Starts with, ends with. I'm not writing any logic. But starts with, will it give me return type of starts with is what? Boolean. Ends with is what? Boolean. But what is the answer? Can you guess? CLU will be what? True or false? True or false? False, because it is case sensitive. Here it is capital C. TR is false. Understood? Sorry, TR is true, but CLU is false. If you make it as capital C, fine. Both will be true. Done? So take these examples and start working. You will only understand how. Now next is in-turn method. Very important method, definitely asked in interview. See, in this case, what happens? Check out. Very important method, this one. They are definitely asking in interview. In CJP also they'll ask. See, when I say string S6 is equal to world, what happens? Look at this code carefully. S6 is equal to world. What happens? Look at the code. S6 is equal to world means this is one. So S6, so one pool is there now. So one value of world is getting created where? In the pool. Okay. So S6 will refer to the object inside the pool now, because I did not use new. But second time I am telling S7 is equal to new string of world. What happens? One value is already there in the pool. Directly it will create one more object outside the pool. Yes. And S7 will refer what? Means it's already there inside. Why should it create inside? Directly it will create one more outside. Now S7 is referring to this. Fine. If you check with comparison operator, S6 is equal to S7. It is false now. Why? Because it will check the reference value. It will check the reference value. Fine. Now it will be false only. I know that. But I want to make S7 refer to the string object which is there inside the pool now. You understood my requirement? S7 is referring to the string object outside the pool. But I want to make S7 refer to the string object which is there inside the pool. Call the in-turn method. Call the in-turn method. Accept the return type. Means it returns you the reference. In-turn method returns you the reference of the object which is there inside the pool. Reference. What is the reference of this? 150. This is 250. So when I say S7 dot in-turn, this reference will be returned now. So automatically S7 will refer to what? This one. This will become dereferenced. But the concept is what? What does in-turn method do? In-turn method, it provides the reference of the string object inside the pool. And now you check S6 is equal to S7. It will be what? True, because both are referring to the same object. Very important interview question. In-turn method, what it does. Clear? So we'll see this with output. Are you clear with this one now? This code? Are you clear with this? So here it will be what? Before in-turn it will be false. It means it will print they are not equal, else condition will execute. Else condition will execute. But after I say S7 dot in-turn, I am accepting the return type in what? S7. Now if I check, it will execute, they are referring to same object. See the output. See, S6 and S9 are not equal before int turn. See, this condition is executed else first time. But after I call int turn, which condition is executed? If condition is executed. S6 and S7 are equal after int turn. Clear? Fine. And next. Okay, this is also very important method. Value of all important methods only we are seeing here. Now what is value of? Can you guess why it is used? See, sometimes you'll have primitives and you want to convert them as what? String. Sometimes you'll have primitives, you want to convert them to string. Like int I is equal to 99. Okay, this is data conversion. By tomorrow I'll be going more in detail into this. Till now you have seen only converting from what? Byte to short, short to int and all that. But there are more conversions we do. From int we convert to string, from string we convert to int. More conversions are there, which I'll cover very shortly. Okay, but if at all you want to convert any primitive to string, what you do? Use what? String dot value of method. It's a static method. Just pass I. The return type of this is what you know? String S1. SOP S1, what is the value? 99 only. SOP I, what is the value? 99 only. Value is same, but this time S1 is of type string. So this is how you do conversions. Why you do, you'll only understand. In applications you'll get the requirement. You'll have to convert from one type to another type. Clear? Okay, fine. Next, not only int. If you want, you can send even float. Float f is equal to 90, or double you take instead of float. Double d is equal to 99.9. I'll just say string s2 is equal to string dot value of d. Return type is what? String only. SOP d 99.9. SOP s2 what? 99.99. So, but again, can you see here? Here I am passing double, here I am passing int. What does that mean? I'll have one more, boolean b. I want to convert boolean into what? Boolean b is equal to true. I want to store it in the form of string. Fine. String s3 is equal to string dot value of b. What is the value of s3? What is the value of b? False, true only. But this is of type boolean, this is of type string. Now see, for value of method I am passing int there, here I am passing double, and I am passing boolean. Can I pass so many type of arguments? It is overloading. Understood? Value of method has been overloaded. And notice, value of is a static method. Why it is a static method? When do you write static method? Here you don't have to process the instance value. Generally when you are not processing the instance value, they go on to write what? Static methods. Here for this logic to execute, is the value of instance variable required? No. So end of the day, see, they want to convert some primitive to string. So to convert from primitive to string, they have to write the logic, they return it and store it in a method. Logic is there. That method they'll keep it in which class? They decided to keep it in string class. But after deciding to keep it in string class, they decided it should not be instance method, because it's not going to use what? Instance variable value. Till now your equals, caret, index of, we are using what? Instance variable value. But now it is not using any instance variable value. Just you send the argument of type double or int. Return type is directly what? String. So that's why they have written a static method. So now you clearly understand why they write static methods, why they overload, why they override. Understood? How they write classes. So writing a class is an art. And once a class is ready, we work with the members. That's why I was focusing on members more. How to send arguments and all that. So here what is that you are focusing now? How to access the member only. I am calling what? Value of method from string. What is the argument I am passing? Double. What is the return type? String. That's it. And why you do conversions, you'll understand later. But this is how you can convert primitives to string. Primitives to string. Next you have to convert what? String to primitive also. Now how do you convert S1 to int? Question. Correct? Huh? Supposingly you are already having int, a string like this. String S1 is equal to 99. Leave this code now. Think that now. Now I want to convert S1 into what? Int. That time what you will do? Integer dot parse int. So you are using another logic, but this logic is in parse int, and that parse int is in a method present in class integer. So this is nothing but library. Return type of this is what? Int a. Same way, float dot parse double dot parse double. Okay, then boolean dot parse boolean. We'll see all that, because that methods will be studying when we are studying these classes, integer class and all that. Clear? So this is how they are providing you logics. So to get a grip of this library, it takes time, but once you get the grip, it will be very easy, because you will only be searching now which logic is where. So Java does not require any intelligence to code. Remember that. If you are 90% also waste here, 20% also waste here, you actually should have the skill of exploring the library. So here it requires hard work. How much you work hard, that many methods you will know. How much methods you know, that better programs you can write here. Understood? So here we require zero intelligence, because every logic is ready-made. But in any other language, you have to have intelligence, because you are the person who are going to write the logic for everything. Understood? So clearly you understand all this. Okay, that's the same thing here. String dot value of. So these are very important interview questions. See here, directly I am sending the value of 99, no problem. If you want, you can store it int I is equal to 99, send it, or directly you can store, no problem. Okay, see value of. You can check here, value of no. See, go here, value of, scroll down, value of here, value of boolean, value of char, value of what? So many overloaded methods. Double, value of float. Return type of all this is what? String. It is of type what? Static. You don't have to create any object. Document is clearly telling you everything. I am only giving you an example to support the document. Everything is readily available to you. Okay. So just see this now. Value of. Okay. You can print. I think you can execute. The value will be same, man. The value will be same. S8 is what? 99 only. Even value of B. B is what? True. S9 is what? True. Value is same, but it's in the form of string. That's it. So then length. Okay, this I explained to you. Now lowercase. See, I want to convert a string to uppercase. Lowercase. Fine. Don't bother. Call the method s10 dot lowercase. Where is the comment now? Some comment. Okay. String s10. I have to enable this. See, debugging is very easy here in Eclipse. See, hello world is there. Okay, now what will I do? I'll convert it to lowercase. Fine, but it's not modified in the same string. Converting from lowercase to uppercase. Fine, no issues. S10, but return type is what? S10. But it is not modified. Remember, strings are not modified. Another string object gets created with lowercase values. Another string object gets created with uppercase values. So first it will print what? If you want, you can print which one? Hello world it will print. You can see, and S10 is this one. Again, later on after converting it will be what? Lowercase and uppercase. We are not bothered only. Understood? So we are not writing any logics. Just understand that. Fine. Now I want to check whether two strings are equal or not by ignoring the case. Till now it was case sensitive. But now I want to check by ignoring the case. Fine. Look now. Which is the method I am using? Equals, ignore case. If you call equals, what is the output? Because it is, say I'll call equals, first equals ignore case. See the output, it will be true. It is ignoring the case and checking. Understood? What is the method now? Equals ignore case. Okay, this will comment. So checking equality, ignoring case, that is true now this time. But if I say equals method, what will it be? False. So much of flexibility I got here. That's it. So just call methods. That's it. Yeah. So this is how you can work with the string. One more last example we'll see now, that is related to comparing two strings. Understood? So this is the last one. So now how do you compare two strings? Comparing means what? Checking which one is greater or lesser. Understood? One more example for what? Comparing. Till now equality we are checking whether they are equal or not. But I don't want to check whether they are equal or not. I want to check whether this string is greater than that string or not. So very simple. Call which method? Compare to method. And what is the argument I am sending? S2. Now let's see what is the output. Can you guess? See, if the first string is greater than the second string, you will get what? Positive value. If the first string is lesser than the, see now, first string means when you are calling the method here, S1 becomes the first string here. S1 becomes, because I am comparing S1 with S2. So S1 becomes first. First string is greater than what? Second string. So that's why it will be positive. But the same if I compare S2 dot compare with S1, what will happen? Negative value means you are comparing, first string is lesser now. S2 is first now. So first string is lesser than what? S1. So that's why it will become negative value. But it is -4. But what is that 4 and -4? Question is that now. That also we'll see. So let's understand like this now. See, S1 and hello is there. So when you compare now, how it compares? See, S1 is there, hello. HELLO. S2 is there, hi. Means there are only 3 values here. So HAI. So when you call S1 dot compare 2 of S2, what happens? So now you are sending this, so it will start comparing now. The first index is taken from this string, which one? S1. And it will compare with the first index character of this one. Both are equal, then it will compare the next one. Okay. So E is greater than what? A. No, ASCII value. What is the ASCII value of E? What is the ASCII value of small a? 96. What is the ASCII value of capital E? 100. ASCII value 97, 98, 99, 100. Correct? Huh? Means A, B. B is what? 97. C is what? 98. D is what? 99. E is what? 100. So the difference of that it will give you. The difference of the ASCII value. Okay. So E and A, there is difference now. Wherever there is difference, there it will cut. It will stop comparing. If both are same, it will go on comparing. Example, if this was also hello, means if S2 was also hello, H and H same, E and E same, L and L same, L and L same, O and O same. Okay, so it will be 0. S1 dot compared to S2 will be 0. Means if they are equal, means if they are same, then it will be 0. Otherwise, it will give you positive value. Positive value means first one is greater than. So the return type of compared to will be only 3. Either it will be a positive value, or negative value, or 0 value. Positive value means first string is greater. Negative value means second string is greater. 0 means both are same. Now again very interesting. Supposingly S1 and S2 both are hello, but this is small hello. H is small. Difference will come here only. Where is the difference? In the first character of first index itself, means 0th index. So it will give the difference of this. So if I compare S1 dot compared to S2, what will be the result? -32. Because small h is what? Check out, 65, 70 I think. 70 or what? 68. No, check out what is the ASCII value. Okay, so that minus small h. It will be a negative value now. Because capital H is how much? Check it out, what is the capital value? Understood? So because capital A is 65. So count, you will understand. Which one? B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 65, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. Correct? Huh? 65, sorry. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. Small hello now. D, E, F, G, H. Small a is how much? 65, 66, 67. Sorry, 96 no? 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102. I think 31 or 32, we'll see. 31 I think. So it will give that difference. Check out, it will be that difference, nothing more. Somewhere here and there mistake, you check it out. 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 100 and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, H. Check out man, you understand it. Understood. So that's how it gives you. Understood. Wherever the difference is there, it will break. By chance, see, both are capital hello. By chance cap. Okay. The second letter is same. This is L, this is L. But I'll make it as M. Just for understanding purpose. Here it will compare. Same. Here it will compare. Same. Means in the second index it's comparing the character now. Difference is there now. L and M. So here it will break. And it will give the difference between, means what is the value of L? Something minus M. Askel. Like that it will go on working. You work, you'll understand. Understood? So let's see all these examples now. You'll only understand. So here we are trying to compare which string is greater or which string is lesser. So whatever logic you want to write with group of characters, you don't have to write in Java. Everything is ready-made for you. Okay, here it was, difference was between which one? E and A. One second. So we have to code this and see now. You can check it out how it works. You can only pass some arguments and check how it works. You will only compare, you will only understand. See this? So hello and hi. What was the output we got? The difference between E and A, that is plus 4. Okay, plus 4. And if I compare hello with apple now, first character only problem now, H and A. So it will give the difference between what? Capital H and small a. It will not go to the second character only. Understood? Wherever the difference comes out, there only it will calculate the ASCII and give it out. Now both hello. 0. Either it will be positive, means 7 means positive 7, means first string was greater than second string. Means in hello and apple, first string was greater than what? Second string. In hello and hello, what is happening? Both are same. Understood? So like that you check out now. Anything you want to check out. Supposingly I compare hello with GH. We will compare with what? G. Something with G. Grapes I am comparing. Anything you want to compare, or it will give the difference of between what? H and G. That is plus 1. G means you are comparing HI, you are comparing first one. First one is greater than? Yeah, first one is greater now obviously, because H comes first. G comes first. Huh?
H is greater than G.
H is greater only, no? Okay, that is greater. So that's how it goes on. GH, HIG, which one is? Okay, check out now. Okay, so you only compare and check this out, but that's how it works. Understood? But again, if you want HEL, MO, check this out. Now L and L goes on, minus 1. Like this it goes on. Understood? So this completes string class. This completes class string. Then tomorrow we'll see string buffer, string builder, like that. So it's all about exploring libraries. Clear? So that's it. Back a library.